Okay, let's actually play the game though. Alright, load game. Let's see. Supposed to have fuel for this. Can't believe Gart said you were unstable. Yeah, Gart's such a jerk. Doesn't even know. Gart, I know you probably did something with all my shit because you hate me. Well, we still got like an hour left in the game day before we can actually call it a night. Meaning, I think at night I want to look out of that. Because I tried looking out of that in the day and it didn't work. So I'm thinking maybe night. But it's like dark night. It's not late enough yet. Unless it completely shuts after those people leave. And then I just don't know what the fuck time of day I'm supposed to go there is.
The tracks are as they have ever been. A bit more worn, perhaps. Fortunately, the street sweeper still hasn't noticed their presence.
That's plausible. A similar reckless abandon seems to be in evidence.
Yeah, I already pieced that together as me, but I guess understanding it as the character. And then what path did it take? It went like up on the roof over this ramp, basically. Wonder why I can't get on the roof. Ooh, what's this? I've never seen this before. Dark Knight, like Batman. Scroll between the thighs of a page 3 girl. Trying to disco. For one, how have I never noticed that? And for two, if it was new, why did it seem completely pointless? Also curious about this weird corner, like this manhole here. I wonder if something's gonna, like, we're gonna go into the sewers or something at some point.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
Have I played this game before? No, I have not. This is literally my first time playing. I'm on day 2 and about to end it.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You never managed to get that corner to do anything? Or no, just never managed like me? Oh, yeah. The corner of the... inside the whirling rags, the door. Or no, the corner I was just talking about because I'm an idiot. Yeah, the corner down by the guy selling stuff. Yeah, I haven't done anything down there yet. It's good to know that I'm in for a treat. I'm hoping it's a disco then. I'll probably find out tomorrow what's down there, right? Because I'll be able to pass the drawbridge. The selling stuff one. Yeah. Hopefully I'll be able to figure out what's in there. Hopefully I don't just completely biff it and, like, not know anything. Basically. Like how I already screwed up losing the boots off the mercenary corpse. Alright, Kuno, what's going on, bud? Give me something to work with.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Who is Kuno?
Kuno's Kuno pig?
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield.
It wouldn't fit anyways. Oh, is that like a major spoiler for like the next time I play this game, Jan? I bet the whole thing was that they sold for a lot, right? So you refer to yourself in the third person, Kuno?
The fuck are you calling a third person? Kuno's the fucking first person?
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you!
The thing behind the fence starts squealing shrill and violent like a fire alarm.
Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
The sounds get louder as the child shouts at the windows overlooking the yard.
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
Everyone can hear. You need to get the hell out of here before.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah? Get out of here before the Kuno beats the shit out of you.
Yeah, that's right! Drag your fat ass out of here, fat boy, before Kuno fucks you!
Aw, no, I'm dying because they called me fat again. Damn it.
Bang! Got fucked by the Kuno. We alright? You wanna get fucked again? Come back.
Kuno's mean to me. What a good character. Alright. Let's go see what Miniana has to say. Or how about the racist? Hey, racist, what's going on?
Looking for something?
No. I don't really want to ask him about his racism against Kim, with Kim being here. Miniana, you got anything to add?
Hola, Wandering Man.
No. How about this racist over here? Gotta talk to all your racists.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself
Alright, can I just get past you and check out this box? No, literally can't.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
He's just like Kuno.
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. Welcome to Revachol. You hear him yell at a redhead woman visiting the fritter nearby. He must think redheads are immigrants. I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
Imagine if Kuno is 7 feet and jacked. I mean, he might be someday. The world wouldn't stand a chance.
The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however, it is not entirely free of throwbacks in the phylogenetic tree. His large jaw, for example, could be a trait indicative of criminalism. Also, his earlobes could be small.
That atavistic stigmata makes pussy say yes, plenty.
Okay.
Hey, thanks. But I got this.
Alright. I guess I can't loot his box back there. Anything on this side? Nope. Measure box. Yeah, we can't get to the measure box. Kind of talked to that guy a little bit, and we also showed him the picture we were told not to show him. He wasn't a big fan of it. How about you? Got anything new?
Is still hunched over the railing, her head swaying to the music. Her
Huh? What is it? What do you want?
Yeah, not really. Kind of already talked to her about being away, even though that dialogue choice is still there. Anything down this way? I'm trying to see if there's like a weird corner of the map I like have missed. Potentially. Just in case there's any content I'm not hitting. Then that way we'll have a better grasp on just going across the bridge tomorrow. Nothing over here. This is still busted. He's still over there and stranded. His life is miserable. Talk to them, talk to you, we've pet this. Yeah, no, Salami Man disappeared. This is a big shame. We really like the Salami Man. My phone is freaking out over here. What's happening, phone? You're fine. We can't see the helmet that Kuno kicked into the ocean. There's whatever this is right here. I still have no idea what this is. At all whatsoever. Oh, can the cleaning lady let us in here now? Oh yeah, nice. We just get in. Don't even need the cleaning lady. Oh yeah, if you're still around, it's my IP. We were arguing about pizza versus cake earlier. If you want to weigh in on that, you're more than welcome to. Which one is better? And if you're not still around, then I assume I'll be talking to the Abyss. Yeah, we have Cindy's sad hovel that we couldn't talk to her about. Maybe there is another dialogue option with her, because she did do that weird interact with Joyce. Hi, Cindy.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Oh yeah, is that bed in the coal room yours?
Ooh. Not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
You're a miner?
Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me, but somehow it never happens.
Do you have somewhere else to be?
Does anyone in a city like this?
I guess that's fine.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
The
Okay.
inspiration will come to her once hell is set loose on the streets. It's too calm right now.
Alright.
Piggy. It's what you do, isn't it?
Oh yeah, the armor.
What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells?
Art.
Ugh, alright. Sad piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl in the fishing village running around with military-grade handwear. Looked cute as hell. If you haven't been there, the village is a shithole down the coast from the main plaza. Have a good time!
And the girl?
No. That's all the snitching Cindy the Skull does for today. Actually, I don't even know why I told you what I just told you. I have a weakness for animals. It's the animal thing again. Damn it.
Okay.
A weakness for police officers, miss. Thank you either way.
What are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
You don't know what to write?
Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mona was here. We rarely see pigs round here though. Just union cats. And my name's not Mona, so...
Why are you so committed to defacing the building?
This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought I'd mix it up, you know. Summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall-sized invitation.
Alright, I have an opinion.
Yeah?
I like art. Keep doing your stuff.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
She means the opposite.
Oh.
Why does art inspire you so much?
What is art?
Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment. In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined.
Would I fit into the art world?
Have you looked in the mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage art critic, with that beard and those clothes, disheveled and prophetic. Perhaps you should try to critique architecture too.
Architecture's also art?
Of course not. It's autism, box drawing, masturbation with a ruler and a sextant or whatever they use. You should demean and criticize the genteel institution of architecture while extolling the virtues of the pure arts.
Is music art?
Only the most experimental kind.
Guess I'm feeling critical.
Yes, you seek substance. No vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real, living art here. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop.
Got it. Opt in.
Exactly. It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals off the street. You must also apprehend criminals of the printing press and the gallery, the trite and derivative artists and writers of the world. Go ahead and provide savage criticisms, art cop. The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble.
Okay. Actual art degree. That'll probably just increase our conceptualization. Disco is art. Sadly, when my mind thinks of disco, I just immediately jump to fucking Yakuza 0 and them dancing. Well, no, we have the ability to conceptualize an art degree, right? Or internalize one. Okay. Think racist Mugman is home? You gave yourself an art degree then? I mean, an art degree is like a bit overrated now, isn't it? Don't most artists or people who are talented with art just like give themselves their careers by like selling their art online and doing that kind of stuff? So like, I don't know, giving yourself like an honorary art degree for that reason, like if you're a successful artist. Successful meaning you're doing it as a living potentially, or even just being good at it or doing it for fun. I don't know what exactly makes an art degree an art degree. I feel like to me, in my head, it's just like, oh yeah, art degree, and my brain just goes to like art history, which I know that's like a separate thing. Okay, Gabe, I'm running out of time. I've been wandering around for like a half hour in-game, wondering what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing.
Behind the dockwork,
Yeah.
you see two,
Is it
maybe
time
three
yet?
bushes
It's not time yet.
grown into a single thicket. Over a period of circa,
Gwen?
there's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. One can't see into the Union box from the...
Okay, whatever. Oh, we also wanted to go talk to the Dicemaker about something, didn't we? Let's go talk to the Dicemaker. What was the quickest way to them? I think this way, actually. Might be the fastest. It's kind of weird that, like, the whole first day, you know, there was so much for me to do, and then this day is kind of just me, struggling around to, like, find things to do. Oh yeah, we need our flashlight. Okay. Oh, there was this as well. We never figured out.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles. Some of the writing...
We've done all that. How about this?
This old fireplace, the whole
Yeah.
thing resembles...
Okay. And then this thing we never found the password for.
The cube are still smoldering.
Right, do we have a note for that? To, like, find the password? No.
Tiles on the cube are like a smooth draw. The filament slides into the speaker.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
Are you a machine?
Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
Yeah, let's throw Kim under the bus.
They are merely cautious. It's my job to protect their filaments as a password repeater at the East Insulindian Station.
Where are you? How do you know where I am?
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian Repeater Station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios.
On an island on the River Esperance, a small woman, all skin and bones, sits in a room filled with audio equipment. Thousands of tiny lights are reflected back from her prescription lenses, like stars in the dark.
Now, please tell me if there's anything else I can do, Fortress Accident.
This isn't lit up, so I'm assuming
Tiles on the
I don't
cube
have
are
anything.
still smoldering. The filament slight.
Alright, still haven't found that. City magic. Yeah, dude, Shivers is weird. It's definitely like, if I had known what some of the skills were prior to going into the game, if I had spent any time looking up things about the game, I definitely would have been like, oh wait, so this one's just like magic? Okay, yeah, I'll go with that one. But, you know, oh well, didn't spend any time looking at it, is what is. Alright, Dicemaker, what's going on?
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Oh yeah, you have Shivers.
You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here. She has begun to idly clean one of her carving tools with a dirty kerchief.
I tried. 74% chance, but based on the luck we've been having all game, we got a 0. Like, I personally have a 0% chance of getting good dice rolls. Put points into luck. Yeah. I definitely need them IRL. Is a curse. It's weird, I know I mentioned it before, but like pretty much every game that has a dice roll based system, in terms of how it like does its problem solving, like old Baldur's Gate games, the like Divinity games, or no matter what game it is, I always seem to just get like the worst rolls and like never succeed on anything unless I save scum or cheat.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see them.
It's quite a shame.
Over and over.
And not even just like because I have bad stats, but like, yo, you got like a 98% chance? Well, you fail.
A couple of spook novels hide amidst all the detective books. Thrilling tales of spycraft and daring-do. Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Oh.
Shelves filled to the...
Oh. What's this?
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez. The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river.
I've had a map this whole time. Am I just the biggest idiot in the world?
Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie. The suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Rivershell East.
And west?
Prud'homme. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Faubourg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst.
Martinet?
It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock. The strip of coast next to the Greater Rivershell Industrial Harbour. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. No, Coal City is worse. A charred limb. Rain falls on its slick black streets. And then there's the burnt-out quarter in the heart of Jamrock. Is it cold in this bookstore? Or is it just you?
Can I buy the maps?
Sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
Why is that one cheap?
That old thing. It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it?
What happened?
They didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
Look at the map.
It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbour, even the whirling in rags there.
Remember when you met Martinet? Yeah, that dude was sick. We have a date with him tomorrow at 9.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
Alright, is that a study? Yeah.
The worn map features the patchwork grid of the streets of Martinez, with directions to appropriately touristy locations. Year 48 resides on the upper right corner.
Yeah, could you imagine, like, paying someone for, like, an advertising pamphlet?
Your finger moves through the various streets, across Rue de Saint-Ghislain and Rue Saint-Sipar, over Saint-Brun and Martinez North, finally coming to a halt on the spot where you are currently standing, although the map gives no such indication itself.
I mean, we're not really... the map is of the place we are at. It's of the area. So we've been on the date the whole time, past 2 days. That was it. That was all we had from that. That can't be right. Did I hit the wrong button?
The worn map features the patchwork grid.
Oh no. Really?
The worn map, your finger moves.
Continue.
Finally.
And, oh yeah, that was it. Okay. Map was a pointless endeavor. Not something we should have wasted our time with. I was honestly kind of hoping, because it was like a reconstruction map of what they were planning to do after the reconstruction, that it would show something that has to do with the secret door.
Colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages.
Board games.
Seems
Nobody likes board games.
Related merchandise. An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Catawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag. Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books?
Anything catch my eye?
There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplements module. The side panel notes, a fantastique adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real. That price is steep, but then it's the 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplement, so it makes sense.
It doesn't, but I'll leave. Or like board games, am I right? Yeah, pretty much. Wait, no, you like board games? Oh, wait, we had something there for a sec. Here we go. Book appears to be erotica, but without actual erotica. Alright, we're getting super close for the time of day to be almost over. It is dark outside. Anything on this window yet?
Behind the dock, you see 2, maybe 3 bushes.
No. So that is in relation to this, I think, maybe? So once we figure out what the right time of day is to look through that, we can then get through that door. That's my guess. Garrett, what's going on, buddy?
Can I help you?
About my bill?
You're already set for the night. You're
Anything else?
Great. I love
No.
this.
No. Okay. Where's your guys' phone that doesn't work anymore? Cookman?
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod. He looks up at you, then shrugging as an international sign for no.
Nothing there. Nothing new. I don't know. I feel like he should have more. I should have more options with Gart. That's how I feel. Remember that time I killed myself for these guys just for fun? It's a good time. Kim was an accessory as well. He actively provided the tool for me to commit my suicide.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. East Delta Commerce Center? This must be the name of the doomed commercial area.
So none of these work. Oh wait, I can harass the whirling in rags?
Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk to you.
The dice?
This button looks new, but someone has removed the name card. Nothing happens when you try to ring it.
This button looks new. I wouldn't be surprised if it hasn't been connected yet. Is it the Dicemaker's?
East Delta Pinball?
Silence. No one answers your call.
Ice City?
Silence. No one
This?
can hear static from the intercom speaker. It sounds as if someone has picked up the receiver, but isn't saying anything.
Slipstream.
You can almost hear them breathe.
Anyone there?
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric.
What?
Have you come to place an order?
She sounds almost antique, as if her voice was being played off an old wax cylinder. A receiver must not be working properly. Wait, but what happened to Slipstream SCA? There's no Tricentennial Electrics on the list.
Yes.
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
It's you.
It's a woman, and she knows you. Your heart beats faster.
Oh, am I going insane on
She
this?
must be mistaking you for someone else. Who cares that you don't remember her? Just go along with it.
Michelle, just please.
She stops and you can hear her breathe heavily, her breath distorted by ancient static.
Sounds like a ghost. Wind blows through your clothes and you feel detached from your surroundings. Inside the building, a cold memory hangs.
Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care.
I don't know, do we play along, or do we just keep being confused? Him, it seems like, is like not hearing anything, so it's all our own insanity, maybe through shivers? I'll question.
Ever since I came to live here, everything's different. As if my mind's been wiped clean.
A spot of static overrides her words. When she speaks again, it sounds like she's submerged.
It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally forget.
Oh, what?
She sounds like she's about to cry. The cold is deep under your skin, as if you were talking to someone who's 100 years away. Somewhere inside the building, water is flooding the cellar floor. She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay. Another seagull passes by. It's getting cold standing here, staring at the silent call box.
I don't know what happened either. We should probably stop playing with this thing.
Oh, Kim heard it?
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read.
We got a slip. We got. I'm gonna try this one. All right, here we go.
No, hold on. The last thing you need in your life is more hysteric emotions. Forget it. Find something else to do. Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter.
That was super weird.
Doesn't work anymore.
I need to. Maybe I'll take a point in volition next time I get an option to get
For
points.
a minute or two, but all you get, you ring the doorbell.
Nobody.
All you hear
Nobody.
is static. But you ring the doorbell. What an ominous name for a hair salon. Doesn't bode well for anyone's hair.
And then this is gonna be the library, isn't it?
An off-key melody starts playing after you ring the doorbell. Then a woman picks up the receiver.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games.
She thinks you're the gremlin child. What would he say to this?
Drama wants me to be Kuno, so I'm not gonna listen to Drama because Drama only ever wants me to get in trouble.
Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore. So I can't help you. Please don't call here again.
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead.
Sorry, you all are much slower on the feed.
Silence. No one's home.
Alright, well, I guess we'll come back here after we get a point in volition. I was thinking about spending 2 points to get these up to 3 at least. Ooh, it's late enough that we can go to sleep and start the next day and actually be able to do some neat things and meet new people and explore a new area. Can we see this yet, please? Love of God.
You see 2, maybe 3 bushes grown into a single thicket.
No. That's one of those things where it's like, yo, is that how specific of a time do I need to like be there for that window? Do I, like, straight up have to show up between, like, a weird hour and then to get that to work? 'Cause if that's the case, then, like, that's kind of annoying. Kim, I want to call it a day.
Yes?
Calling it a day. Yeah, see you in the morning, Kim.
The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting. But it's yours. You've earned it.
Meeting new people. Yeah, I literally can't think of anything else that we can do in this day. We've been, like, lollygagging around for, like, literally, like, 8 hours in the game.
The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting. But it's yours.
Now that Kim is gone, I can go do drugs at the pawn shop. Talk to the racist without Kim. But, like, I don't want to do either of those things, so I'm gonna go to sleep.
The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep.
Here we are again, my broken bud. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay. Always half aware of yourself. You're not cooperating, brother man. It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety. But you cannot, because of the pain.
Do you think the person who made this game or, like, came up with the original ideas because this is how they think? Like, it's just horrible.
That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your kidneys, you've really been compounding the damage lately. But this suffering, it must have some kind of meaning. A story that will come out of it. Perhaps even a story that you will write yourself.
I'll endure this pain, I guess?
There's no dignity here.
Ah.
Only reflections of your body mass. Flashes of the day. You keep coming back to yourself in the mirror. But why? To admire all your accomplishments? You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people. Really looking. But why would you want to start doing that?
Yeah, just like, hey, yo, stop having weird reptilian brain dreams.
Oh, baby boy, you're already in the other place. There's no nourishment for you tonight. Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe if you know, like, took a lot of drugs before you go to sleep, that'd do the trick.
Electrochemistry, you need to chill out.
If you cracked the damn thing, then you'd feel satisfied and tired, holding the picture puzzle in your hands, complete.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts! You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Let it. Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll.
Well, another miserable night's sleep for me. Big oof. We healed, though. I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get to take a bath again. Would have been nice. It'd be useful having all these parts of your mind clearly labeled in your thoughts. Well, in the metaverse, so we're all a part of it. Maybe you can.
The door is closed.
Once we all get hooked up to the metaverse like 20 years from now, because the outside world has been apocalypsed. Oh, who are all these people I can interact with now? There's two new people. Hi, Kim. Are you tagging now? Yeah. Alright, we got 2 new people to talk to.
The woman in an RCM patrol officer's uniform winces as she notices you.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
Alright.
Okay.
I wanted to check this window before I pass time talking to new people.
Behind
window. Is it time?
3 bushes.
No? Okay. I hate this window. I like almost want to look up what it is, but you know. Someone else looked it up for me.
In an RCM patrol officer's uniform.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
Are you a cop with the RCM?
Yes, I am.
I'm a cop too.
I know.
Here's the real deal.
It's hard to tell whether he's sarcastic or sincere. But if you had to guess, you would say the lieutenant is being sarcastic.
Kim, why you gotta be a dick? On a murder investigation, are you the cavalry?
I'm definitely not the cavalry.
Okay. Horse-faced woman is a pretty rough description. Is everything alright?
I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you?
I don't know, I'm doing my best, man.
But you're not trying your best, are you?
Oh, this guy's yelling at me.
Calm down. Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want?
What does one talk about with a fellow officer?
This person was very mean to me. I took a morale hit. What precinct are you from?
What precinct?
Fucking deranged lunatic.
You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe you're doing something wrong.
So I'm a police.
I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything, Judith.
What are the police?
I'm just looking out for...
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses. And you are?
I just want to do my job, that's all.
Something about the man with sunglasses and you, the energy between you two is making her uncomfortable.
Alright. I guess I'll talk to this guy. Your ruffled face reflects in the man's sunglasses.
And I don't mean that as a metaphor.
Yeah, last couple days have been tough.
Oh, don't be so modest. We're looking at several months worth of damage here. Kind of a miracle you're still up and at it, to be honest.
Oh, come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
It's not just this week. What do you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. A similar but different face.
Yeah, it's very strange, because obviously they know me and I just have no idea who they are.
He might be wearing a disguise.
That's such a bad chance. I'm not gonna bother. Cool shades.
Yes, it's a hobby of mine.
As if waiting for some kind of reaction or response. Something to click.
Kim?
I'm not getting involved in this.
Aww. Well, I got some questions for you. I'm a cop.
About what? You don't look like a cop. You know what you look like?
I roll hard, man. Like yellow Malay?
No, you will not start blabbering about that asshole.
Now will you answer some questions?
No.
Why not?
Because it's not my job. Why don't you go and fucking do yours and solve this damn hanging?
Maybe you want to hear me say things?
Actually, I don't want to hear you say things.
Come on, Jean.
Okay, say things. I want to hear you say things.
Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head.
You think he was hanged as a cover-up? To hide the shooting? Okay, well...
He corrects his blonde wig. His hair. He corrects his hair. Why am I telling you this?
I don't know. Why are you?
It's like you felt it would be intellectually stimulating.
Oh yeah, healed myself.
Somewhere. A custom even? Strange.
Oh my god, there's more. You want something more? What is it? Okay, why not? Let's do the old thing over again. We're not wasting... You think he was hanged as a cop? Okay. I don't know. Oh my god, there's more.
Okay, let's just try to hit this 28. Fingers crossed!
There's something that binds you to him. Some kind of an outfit, maybe. A uniform.
Animal control.
Police of animals, yes.
That doesn't sound right. I don't want to say it.
Of course, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Watch out for yourself.
That voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when calling to your station and reporting your badge missing?
Oh, it's one of the people I work with.
Oh, really? I wonder where. That's the where you remember me from?
Yeah, I'm having a bit of memory trouble.
Don't say. Goodbye then. The voice thing was a coincidence. Run along, asshole.
Oh, he wasn't very friendly.
Yes? What is it?
Are you with this guy?
Of course I'm with him. Why do you ask?
Seems cool.
Well, he's not. He's a sack of shit barely kept together by crazy glue. But at least he tries, unlike you.
Please, let's not turn this into another exchange, okay?
These two are very awkward to interact with. Alright, let's test my sanity.
Oh,
it's a new day, right?
There you are again.
No, she gave up on us, and we had to go talk to Joyce. That's right. Okay, well, we'll just head down to the bridge then. We should be able to cross that today, and then get her husband. I'm surprised her husband didn't just come back on his own. We probably should have just asked, like, Gart or someone why there are two more cops here. I'm gonna go back and ask Gart. I like talking to Gart. He's my boy. It's my precious, angry Gart. I wonder if there's a path where you can actually be friends with Gart at, like, the beginning and actually, like, make up for your mistake. Nope. Apparently not. All I can do is pay for tonight's bill. Just wants to play clarinet and be left alone. Sometimes these loading screens make me wonder if my game's crashing. Alright, let's just keep heading this way. The bridge should be open, right? Or we should be able to open it. Oh yeah, here's the workers. Heyo. Oh, I guess the workers are fine. The guy over there is now gone.
Control panel with loose wires dangling out from the hole where an indicator light.
Yeah.
Grab the handle and pull the lever up. As soon as the metal connects against the contact pins, you hear a loud clunk. Then,
yeah, where's Salami Man?
Starts moving.
That's what I want to know.
Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, then this is the way. But please, contain your wanderlust for now. I don't want us to get sidetracked, not with everything that's going on.
Kim, all of our stuff is telling us to go this way. What are you talking about? Did that guy over here, like, starve to death? Where'd he go? Hello? Is this money? I like money. Traffic beyond the gate, more abandoned motor lords. No entry, someone scribbled an inverted star on it. Okay. Oh, there's some cash over here we missed. 50 cents, nice. What do we get on this? Oh, the check we failed on the blonde. Breaker box power, radio pylon above you. Maybe there's something inside. 90 cents. Nice. Well, here's the car that we were looking for. We got a jerry can. Vented stainless steel container for transporting and storing heavy fuel oil. The logo on its side has been partially stripped over the years of use. Government issue red dye fuel oil inside. Looks like paint though, and it smells much, much worse. Alright, we got a bottle drained of all of its booze, frozen into the ice. We got 20 cents and 50 cents. Ice just off the coasts. Crackles.
A banged up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading.
It appears to be so.
Let's investigate.
We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water.
Run your hands over the cold metal?
The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists. A single day in the salty seawater would ruin most vehicles, but this one looks worn even in places the salt water hasn't touched.
What is the make of this MC? Can I see a logo?
The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by.
Monkfish? How long has it been?
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
The estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred on Sunday evening.
What do we do?
Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside.
Great idea. Then we can get the things inside. The joyrider must have left something good inside. Guns, papers, Maybe a cool jacket. A joyrider jacket.
When's low tide?
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
We just wait for 2 hours? Alright, fuck it. Whatever. Time is meaningless, I guess.
As you sit down in the old, rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent. The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea.
Let's whistle.
The tune on your lips forms a strange, yet undeniably beautiful contrast with the surrounding bleakness. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. Then, still looking straight ahead, he joins you with a higher-pitched and slightly more melodic trill.
Oh, we're being friends with Kim. We're whistling together like bros.
Two birds on a wire, whistling by the seaside, looking at the water and the sunken car. The wind blows. In the distance, behind the church, some vagrants are having an argument over a bag of tear they found in the reeds. Further away, a flock of seagulls lands. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed.
We're just whistling with our bro.
Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
Would you rather sit on an anthill for an hour or stand in a river full of leeches?
Well, historically, leeches have been used to prevent and even cure many ailments.
Okay, he's thinking. I can do this. Let's do this. Who'd want to sit on an anthill? There are no therapeutic benefits to, well, napalm ants, for example, are used in some rites of passage rituals. Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
This is taking a long time.
The world turns as fast as it wants.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd that you haven't. It's a Coupris, Model 40.
Yes. Why haven't you?
It is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices, firefighters, animal control people. You know, those kinds of people. Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
It's as if he knows what it stands for, but wants you to say it. It's pedagogical.
Oh, this is my car, isn't it?
Does he know something about that speed racer?
This one gives me a headache. I'm just gonna say, oh god, no.
I'm sorry, Harry. I'm so sorry.
41. Precinct 41. A massive pit opens up in your stomach.
I was the joyrider.
No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
I drove my car? Volition wants me to say no.
Yes, your car is in the sea. Face it, so we can start dealing with this.
No, I mean, it's just a coincidence.
The lieutenant just shakes his head.
Aw, dang it.
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you started in front of the whirling, jumped over the canal, and then drove your vehicle in the sea right here.
Badge, the gun, now this. Things were going so well when we were just whistling.
You can still whistle. Besides, the night is always darkest before the dawn.
Alright.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything.
People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more costly.
Maybe I was in pursuit? If this happened on the Sunday, The sun... What?
Of whom? I don't think so. If anything, you were probably drunk.
This is gonna do damage, isn't it?
Probably. Try definitely.
Alright. How do we get it out?
Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point. I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it. Parts of it might be salvageable, but overall, this machine is a write-off.
Well...
Yes. Let's go take a look.
Oh, so...
Derealization.
Okay. So, we weren't able to see it.
The
time didn't matter.
Deja vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
All intellect learning caps this. Gain 1 XP now for clicking orbs. Oh my gosh, that one's amazing. 1 XP? Because it's only 100 XP for every level. Ah, if I had known, that would have been super good to have on the first day. Alright, so now we got another bonus on conceptualization on Joyce. What do we get? We got my badge and a commander jacket. Am I the commander of the police here? Oh, but it doesn't give me shivers though. So who wants it? I'm still wearing the mesh top. No wonder those other cops didn't like how I looked. Alright, let's take a look at this. Thick blue piece of acrylic covering a thin leaf of paper with the officer's name and rank on it. Next to the writing, you see a man stare back at you, a younger version of you, already disintegrating inside, but still presentable on the outside.
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
Found my badge.
At least something good came out of all these.
Buddy?
Encased between 2 durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West.
This is gonna kill me, isn't it?
You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and in the lower right corner, your precinct.
Photo?
The man keeps winking at you with his green-grey eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that, but the badge is new. You used an old photo for a new badge. 8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good-looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns.
And he's doing the wink.
What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it does on you now. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it.
Alright.
Light. You see
my name.
Harrier. That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
Alright. Here, what kind of name is that, though?
It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times. Like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide.
A name like armor.
Harrier it is, then.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it.
And my rank?
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
And that is...
Lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant.
And double Yiffinator?
The title of Yefreitor is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're double Yefreitor.
What?
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's decomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors, out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank. In your case, lieutenant.
What's this?
Décomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol citizens militia. It means counting down to twos.
The countdown is modeled after the dual leadership system employed by the left during the revolution, which in turn was developed by last century experimental psychologists in the University of Königstein.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kings.
Kings?
Kings like satellite officers and the additionally a freighter rank I already explained.
Satellite officers?
You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't seem to be a satellite.
You're hairier than most Harrys. Good joke, Kel. You've been putting up with me because we're the same rank?
No, I've been putting up with you because despite an unconventional approach, you are doing good police work. It matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea. And now we've even found your badge.
I thought my rank was drunk.
Yes, apparently you've had a rather successful career in the past, and this leads me to believe maybe your current situation is only temporary.
Thanks.
Good.
Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught between thick plastic, like a fly in amber.
Serial?
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
The numbers are not there for good measure. They have an administrative purpose, one that's unfortunately been erased from your memory.
Date of issue?
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
The case created a lot of edge you have to take off. The death march really gets us going. You're pretty sure you weren't doing well, but better? Probably yes.
Precinct 41?
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41, like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor, a lot of asphalt. The 41st is... it's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is. But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiaeva.
Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, names from your decomptage flash in your forebrain. He knew all those people, although they're not from his station. They must be big. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it.
Let's put that away. Alright, we got our badge. I'll have to call the precinct up and be like, yo, found my badge. Footprints in the snow that lead away from the accident. Underside of the boat has been recently tarred. I wonder how big this new area is. Fast travel unlocked. I have to like go all the way around for that. There's a boat tucked underneath this. There's an open door here. Peek through the window first. Find some name of coworkers or just legendary past cops. There's old shelves and a chair. Alright, let's go inside here. I wonder how many days this game's supposed to be. I wonder if it's supposed to be like a full week or something. This looks like a torture room. Cold breeze is enough to make the wall planks creak. A dark red chair and dim light of the room. Dim light, you say? Flashlight. Okay. Postcard of Coal City. Whatever. Bow. Can wear this for +2 drama. I'd rather have the Inland Empire, to be honest. I don't very much like drama as a stat. I guess I do like it for the sense of telling if people are telling the truth or lying, but definitely dislike it for the interruptions it has in gameplay. Where it's just like, lie, be shitty.
Great news. The boat is big enough for a grown man like you to fit underneath it in a supine position. I don't know. Sleeping? What do people do under boats? This is merely a measurement from your visual cortex. Do with it what you want.
Found somewhere new to sleep.
Huh?
Under this boat. It'll be free. It's dry, weatherproof, free of charge.
Sarcastic self-pity is not what we need at this moment, officer. I understand the situation looks grim, but we must continue with our investigation.
You have a home somewhere. All cops do. When this is done, you can return.
Oh man, I wanted to live in a boat. You know how many people like have it as like a goal to like get a be in a good enough place to like live in a boat? Tim's calling you out on so sarcastic self-pity. He's a good friend, yeah. Ladder leads to a school of fish swimming in the kelp. Planks creak beneath my weight. This boat is floating freely in the water, unmoored. And free box? 70 cents. What are these doing in the fish? Or what doing in the fish? Oh, I found boots? Sick. Let's actually equip these. Oh yeah, we got cavalry boots now that were inside of a fish. How weird. Hello, strange person.
Hi, officer.
The net picker. A woman in a raincoat stands on the quay. Considering an overturned boat, a sword in a scabbard hangs from her hip.
Anything I can help you with?
That depends. Where are we?
A fishing village on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called Elysium.
Why?
The sign on the street leading here is illegible. Has been since they built this place.
What's your name?
The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions. And that was actually the second one.
Indeed, you're always confused as to your whereabouts.
Nice sword.
Fortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of story. It's to intimidate folks mostly.
You know how to use it?
Not really. I know some basic moves, and I know it sure as hell beats a knife when you're in a tough spot.
But not when you're in a tight spot.
Ah, it is imposing.
It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation.
Yeah, why do you need to intimidate people?
From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time.
It's a bit sexist, but... all of these don't... Proceed.
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying.
Oh, where's your husband?
Gone.
The harbor seawall endures the wash of the freezing waves. Many things wash up against it and onto the beaches of Rivershop. Some inanimate, some just no longer alive. You shudder.
Like, we have that as a challenging success, but then none of our options make it like we understood that.
To the waves. The sea took him. It was a long time ago.
Say no more.
He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscle.
She really likes those muscles, though. It's in the way she pronounces sinewy.
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
She glances at the village where 2 little kids are playing with what looks like a rock.
She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action.
Looking for someone, maybe you can help.
Let's see. Who are you looking for?
The missing cryptozoologist?
I don't think I know what these are. Care to elaborate?
People who look for animals mainstream scientists deny exist?
Aha! Like snowmen.
I haven't heard about those.
2 odd guys have been wandering around here, nose in sand, talking nonsense about snowmen and the like.
Where'd they go?
Don't really know. Further down the peninsula, I guess. I mean, that's where they were heading. Who else are you looking for besides snowmen? Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
She's one of the people for the note, but oh yeah, that is that your boat?
Sure is. The Sun, I call her, coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue.
Sunny days?
Aye. Sunny days. You got a problem with that?
No, ma'am. We have no quarrel with sunny days.
Good. It would have been bad news had it turned out it wasn't a sunny day. Bad news for the skiff, bad news for the nets, bad news for the kids.
There's a moment's silence. She looks at the rain streaming down the yellow belly of the boat.
Go right ahead.
Bye. Alright, well there's one of the people. Start exploring this little village. You got here money? Thanks. Can't see into the Angle's house. It's locked tight. We got Solariam, Ram over here. Washerwoman. The woman next to a bucket of clothes hums an odd melody. Her eyes are closed.
You're not sure about the melody, but it might be South Samaran, possibly Sigayan, also known as the apricot suzerainty.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
Then how does she know you're here?
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
Just try to freak out the scared old woman, basically.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was 12 years ago. You also came to take care of trouble then. Wish you did. But still, in Martinez, you're considered an ill omen.
Been here before?
No, Not you personally. I meant the Elysium. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another, locked himself in that woodshed over there. He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place, somewhere more quiet.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
What kind of omen are we talking about?
Oh, the usual. Dark tidings. Black hound.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
No one's really told me that before.
Maybe they are afraid. Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't
Sirius Black. Yeah, this is, I accidentally hit space.
To park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone. Searching for treasure. So are others.
Yeah, this is basically Prisoner of Azkaban.
Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
What's in here?
Just us. It's barely a village anymore. We almost don't exist.
What do you mean?
This is pretty much a non-place. A gap. A blank spot on the map. Just a cluster of nameless shacks on a nameless street.
The place is so pornographically poor, it's not even funny.
Pornographically poor. Oof. There's gotta be something here.
Over there, you can find more of the same. Shacks and trees growing wild. That's the pox.
Between here and Jamrock, a dusty sea of old trees, all covered in industrial soot. Small houses under them, an overgrown park.
Feels like I've heard the name somewhere, but tell me more.
An old military hospital and its surroundings. Or it used to be, during the time of the suzerain.
The old woman shakes her head slowly. She drops the rag into the bucket.
That's not what's happening.
It's clean now.
Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets. And makeshift cinderblock houses. Shacks as far as the eye can see.
It's crazy how many updates this game has had, and like they came out with their final cut and everything, and there's like these audio bugs in it. It seems weird that that wasn't fixed. Like, we came across a ton of audio bugs last stream.
The goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone by now.
Who else lives here?
Well, there's Lillian and her kids. A few new folks live in the house to the east. But they're away right now. And then there's the drunks. Not a pretty sight, but there's little we can do about it. Home is home, even for them.
Oh, I met this person.
Lillian is tough. Tougher than the men here, at least. If it wasn't for her and the kids, this place wouldn't have a spark of life left.
Haven't seen any drunks.
Sooner or later, you'll see for yourself. Don't have to look long to find these guys.
How do we make money?
Here, for you, no officer. The only money we have here is some coins the drunks tried hiding from their women, and then for...
Under carts, boats, in little boxes. It's not hard to find.
Alright.
She nods, rinsing another piece of cloth.
Not that interested in what she has to say, to be honest. What do we got? Street signs, illegible. Okay. Details, the colors are all warm, welcoming, cozy. Flower trough. Nothing grows in it, maybe in the spring. Here's the children. They probably are playing with the glove. You have the glove?
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his...
They're both boys, never mind.
With his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
I think the latest update actually introduced a lot of the audio bugs somehow. I'm sure they will be fixed eventually. Yeah, I don't remember them from when I played at release. Huh, interesting. Also, good to see you back. I don't even know how to say your name. Al Malif? Just call you Al. Good to see you back, Al. Yeah, kind of weird. I wonder if they have plans to fix that, or if the last update was the last update. You guys must be Liliads.
Doesn't say anything, kicking the concrete with his worn-out sneaker.
Lilies are Mum.
Explains the other, tongue still lolling from his mouth. Alright. That's about as good conversation as I want to have with a 5-year-old. Construction material, whoever planned this building left it in a hurry. Money from drunks. There's the drunks, most likely. Wedding stone, covered in rust. White curtains have been drawn shut, looking in. Pants! +1 to Kingdom of Conscious? What? Is that this? Kingdom of Conscious. I think it gave me this plus up here. Putting these pants on. That's neat. Oh well, back to yellow pants. You see dust-covered linens, dried tulips on the bed. Okay. Already explored this. Cinder blocks, charred, a makeshift fire pit with magazines for lighting.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
Kim really hates benches. The bushes are too thick and thorny to pass through. Oh, interesting. Sounds of life in the north. A washboard scrubs filth from fabric. Someone has left their music collection beneath the tarpaulin. Somewhere we can go. Oh no, he's just going on his own. Where are you going? Someone has broken down a fence and barbed wire. That seems like a me thing to do. Swing is missing. No one's been here for a long time. The wind is corralled by 4-story buildings around this
Rust
yard.
peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles through the skeleton of the small house behind you. There's desolation everywhere.
What happened here?
In this yard?
Lieutenant looks at the small building. A flock of gray swallows take off in a distance.
He's assessing the situation. How long ago was it abandoned?
Someone thought they could have a summer house in a bloc obscur for cheap. It didn't work out. They abandoned it about a decade ago.
So this part of the coast is a block obscure?
Practically, it's not an official term in any way, but look around. No sewage, broken power lines, crime, drunks. Life is tough in the blocks. It's no place to build a summer house.
Maybe they left something useful behind.
Yes, for you to pick up as part of the Jamrock Shuffle.
It's not meant as nagging, just an observation.
We should move. I don't think we will solve the murder with forays into the urban hinterland, at least in this phase of the investigation.
Disagree. I got 50 cents. It's part of the investigation. At 50 cents. Lori says the Ghosts of Us. Inside the house, we got $1. And then the music collection. I'm wondering if this is going to be mine. Smallest church in St. Sains. Wasn't that the song that the lady at the beginning of the game told us we were singing? Tape you found in the shack on the coast. Smallest church, St. Sains written on it. B-side supposed to contain an instrumental version. Requires a boombox.
There's no way to listen to the tape without a working tape player or portal-reel at hand. A pawn shop would have a tape player.
Alright. Get a tape player from the pawn shop to play that. Not entirely sure where the game expects me to go right now. Oh, did we miss something over here? Looks like we did. Oh, it's something we can't unlock. Yo, drunks, I'm here for your money. Thank you. Alright, let's talk to the drunks. I feel like F5ing before talking to these guys. They're gonna hurt my feelings.
Hey, Tequila!
A 30-something man clad in a two-piece Liquid TM tracksuit puts down his Pilsner and extends a hand in greeting.
Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you?
Shake his hand.
So what's happening?
Tequila?
Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding?
He says it like it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunel or leader of the 4th Street gang.
Dunno. People tell me I'm a cop. I'm getting used to that.
It's good to hear that you're on top of things. Talking about used to, did you know that I used to be a real mover and shaker?
He thoughtfully picks at his shit-stained jacket.
Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom Spiral Land. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies.
Idiot Doom Spiral, huh? This is bound to be a good, high-concept conversation.
What's the, Tequila Sunset?
It's you. You're Tequila Sunset.
What?
We've met before. Don't you remember?
No, you sure don't.
No.
Aha. Do you want to know how Tequila Sunset came to be?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let me take a sip to moisten up my cords. Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday. And by Tequila Sunset, I mean you. The man, the myth.
Was I alone?
Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting.
Yeah.
You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, all you did was get piss drunk. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head, right in front of them. That's pretty high concept, if you ask me.
Why is that my person's go-to to intimidate people?
It is. Does that sound like something you do? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, we did it and killed ourselves.
The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
It was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, were getting our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this, we get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling. One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza, followed by a series of dings and bangs.
Do you remember the sound of wood cracking? The billboard?
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in.
Naturally.
Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence, if you will. Followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic.
How'd I get back?
3 men are standing on a wooden platform extending out from the shore of a dilapidated fishing village. Their cheeks red, spirits high, beers in hand, eyes glazed over.
What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach, you revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs, "The time hath come!" So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied, "The time hath come for Tequila Sunset, the end of all things!"
I'll say nothing.
After which, your reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right off the jetty, and through the ice. We ran towards the ice, whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit, like some kind of sea monster. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep. Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to. We asked about the whole Tequila Sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now, and insisted that we all call you that from then on.
My real name is Harry.
No, that's just what your mother called you. Your real name is Tequila Sunset. Just embrace it, brother.
How long did we party for?
Hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revacholian women.
Orange gold colored name? Oh, when we were having the memory of, like, I feel like my name is, like, Orange Gold, or whatever. That's what our character was remembering, Tequila Sunset. It's funny.
How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while, you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up, and left without saying anything.
Wow, that's quite a story.
Yeah, I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct. You must be proud to work with him.
If you only knew.
The fuck him? Come on, don't sound sarcastic. Tell me about that person?
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here.
Oh, Rosemary joining in.
Abigail! It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit.
Okay, did I mention losing anything else?
Beside your gun and your badge? You said something about your hope or heart or something. To be honest, the details are a little hazy. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? That's a big one.
Colleagues?
You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style. No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show.
The case?
Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone to do it. You're doing it solo now.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
Politics?
Yeah, you said that you'd really behaved unreasonably and failed to uphold your responsibilities as a representative of the coalition.
Did you get what kind of cop I was?
You kept apologizing for being such a bad cop, and for the damage you inflicted on everyone around you. You also kept pausing to knock the heel of your hand against your temples, saying, "Stupid, stupid, stupid."
Alright.
It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs.
What do you guys do?
We are saving the world.
Please! Please don't go! Don't go!
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once, a long time ago, with enterprise, creativity, and willpower. But that didn't work out.
Yeah, we didn't know Kim before we decided to go solo. Now that Kim's here, we're gonna join the 57 and be his partner.
So now, it's a pirate's life for me.
I kind of don't want him to tell me another story right now. I kind of want to go explore.
Tequila sunset.
Since we wasted, like, 2 or 3 hours staring at the car. Alright, let's check inside this building. We're actually getting close to end of stream time. Got like 6 minutes left. Since I started 3 minutes late, I'll go 3 minutes longer. It feels safe and warm in here, not like the outside. Industrial coal pellets burn with an orange glow. Wait, we're just stealing their shit? I don't want to steal their shit. Okay, let's steal their shit. Whatever. Why am I stealing this? Oh, am I gonna go give it back? Give it to Gart? I broke his. Dead body of a group's stuffed with some unknown material from a distance. It might pass for a real thing. Bird itself looks extremely ruffled and slightly grumpy. Yeah, I just stole that. What the fuck?
Hello, mister.
A young girl, barely 4 or 5 years old, sits on a sofa. She's looking at you with frank curiosity. Is her baby the gloves?
She clutches a small stuffed animal.
Oh.
Occasionally, she twirls it around.
What's that toy?
It's Lammy. He's my friend. So...
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
Oh, well, pleased to meet you, Lambie.
Lammy usually doesn't like strangers. But you're also fuzzy, like Lammy.
Are you Lillian's daughter?
Yes, I am. Little Lily. Do you know my mom?
Yeah, we met earlier.
That's nice. My mom is great. She's never angry or anything.
What's this bird?
It's a grouse.
Wasn't Gar, the cafeteria manager, trying to repair a piece of taxidermy?
Yeah, can I have it?
Sure. I mean, you already took it. I don't like it anyway. It looks angry.
Sick. Did you get those armored gloves?
Oh, I had gloves. Very big ones. Heavy, too.
Is that an option, Fuzzy Cop? Furry Cop.
Where did you get these gloves?
Found them when Lemmy and I were playing hide and seek. In an empty house. Where no one lives. I think someone hid them there.
And where are they now?
I hid them. The twins were gonna take them. They're stupid.
Lifts your stuffed toy up and looks into the one remaining eye as though searching for confirmation.
We're going to need those gloves. It's for important police business.
Enunciates the last 2 words carefully.
Oh.
Doesn't seem to understand, but the lieutenant's tone has conveyed to her the important part.
They're in my sandcastle. Behind our house. Under the sand. You can break the castle. It's not very good.
Alright. Thanks, nerd. Stole your Groose, gonna steal your gloves. They're gonna give Gart the Groose. And then maybe I'll look at what the fast traveling is and see if I can't end the stream giving Gart the Groose, since we've been trying to talk to Gart so much this session.
Weather has not been kind to Lily's little sandcastle. The once mighty towers are quickly eroding away. You can see something shining back to you from what must have been a vast underground catacomb network.
Get my gloves.
The walls and floors give way to the giant's greed, collapse and present you with a pair of ceramic gauntlets.
Congratulations. That's the gauntlets down then. We're doing good on the armor collection front.
Yeah, now let's sell them. Oh, we get to actually wear them? Let's do the interfacing. Nice.
As you fold your fingers into a fist, you realize you could knock anyone out with one punch. The white ceramic gloves wrap around your digits comfortably. Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far away, as the plates reorient to your motions.
I'll be responsible.
The hardened vitreous enamel, at once sleek and voluptuous, adds a glow to your cheeks and a spring to your step. Just imagine what a full suit of this stuff could do for you. You really do feel more confident. Invulnerability does that. Even partial invulnerability.
Can't just enjoy it, I have to study it.
Remember, this is a highly specialized kinetic redistributor meant to stop bullets. Wear it. Observe its properties. See if there's a weakness in the design. For the day you have to fight someone covered in the same material.
Alright. We did just get a point. So maybe we run that then. Because if we're going to be getting other pieces of this, could be good. Be good indeed. Oh wait, we have more than one? Oh, we had more than 1 point. There was something with volition recently, right? Right? I think so. Just check my notebook. Kim wants volition. Please, I hate this page so much. I can't even use my keyboard to like scroll it down. Use the controller. No, the controller just controls this. Why is this so jank? Please. Please don't bounce. Stop it. Okay, whatever. Where's the electronic doorbell? Oh, that's right. The ghost. Yeah. Oh wait, do we not have points? We don't even have the point. I'm an idiot. Wasting my own time. Alright, and then we have a map now, so how does fast traveling... I mean, we've always had the map. How does fast traveling work? We had quick travel pop up as a thing. Game? Hello? How do quick travel? We're here. I want to go here. Quick travel? Hello? No? Yes? Yes? No? Quick travel... not a thing? Quick save? F1? No? Small indie company? What? What is that in response to? ghost thing? Oh. Yeah. I guess I'll look up how fast traveling works next time. But we're gonna give Gart this bird. I really want to give Gart the grouse. Get some Garty grouse. I really want to do it before I end the stream. Check this, just cuz.
Behind the dockworker.
Yep. How's it? Terrible. It's always the wrong time. Gart, I have a present for you. My best friend.
Can I help you?
Here's this.
What is this thing?
I thought it looked nice.
What, the interior decorating kind? You know, I'm sorry. This is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess. So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals.
It's not actually about that, but he likes it.
Anyways, your phone autocorrects Gart to fart every time. It's funny. About my bill?
20 real.
Yeah.
You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another...
Yeah. Alright, there goes 20 bucks. Okay, cool. We gave Gart a thing. Okay, what is this? What is this? Oh, my notebook was bugged. Alright, I think we'll end the stream there. We gave Gart the thing. We made it to a new part of the map. We wasted a shitload of time. We learned our real name was Sunset Tequila. I think it's safe to end stream. Drop a hard save down and then call it quits. Alright, I don't think any of the recent people I have seen online are actually online right now. So we'll just call it straight quits there. Anyone who's still around and watching, thanks for watching. And check Discord. All Savage just went live 2 seconds ago. The fuck, Twitch? Come on, man. I know I only have 2 concurrent viewers, but like, come on, man. Alright, well, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you all have a good night. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.